Okay, welcome Rajendra and Sulakshana to BNI Deira podcast. Rajendra, how long you been in BNI now?
Pankaj, it's almost 3 years. I joined BNI in 2021.
2021. Okay, yeah, you were part of my BNI United team, and it was literally a courageous step. I remember BNI United was our first ever completely online chapter launched in BNI, right? So, how has been your journey in BNI so far?
So, Pankaj, BNI journey was really great. In fact, before joining BNI, I had been to many networking sessions, and after being to so many sessions, I could not generate anything. After joining BNI, what I realized, BNI is not only networking; it is networking and an accountability, and that leads to generation of business.
Okay. So you speaking the language of your profession. You are a chartered accountant by profession, and numbers and accountability. While we are talking about numbers and accountability, let me ask you this. I remember in my information sessions, I promised you on behalf of BNI that joining BNI will help you personally and professionally, tangible and intangible benefits. So, what intangible benefits? How do you weigh them? And what do you see BNI have done?
Intangible benefits. After joining BNI, I had taken a lot of roles. I had been ST, I had been mentor coordinator, I had taken MC roles also. I could never sit and face number of people and speak in front of them. That's something which I could do now. Now I'm sitting in front of you and giving this podcast. It was not possible before I did a BNI journey.
Wow. So, the confident speaking, right? This has gained from BNI. What about some learnings? Have you received any learnings from a fellow member which have changed your life? Something which have become a catalyst for you?
The first thing which comes to my mind is soft speaking skills. I was not that spoken person earlier. And in terms of other learnings which I could learn and implement in my business also, is basically in BNI we talk about KPIs, we talk about traffic light. I could implement this in my team, and we have traffic lights in our company, which is reviewed monthly basis as we do it in.
Wow. So learn from the system and implement the system, right? I say it, I love to copy paste whenever I see some system is working, just take the permission, copy paste if it is copyrighted. You know, that's very, very nice. And you've been an ambassador for quite some time now. Uh, how have you been feeling in your role as a chapter ambassador?
As a chapter ambassador, I feel giving support to members, and being a support role, it helps us a lot to learn also from the new members who comes in, and we help new members to settle down in chapter and then perform, helping them to complete their MSPs, helping them for their mentoring. And it gives a lot of pleasure when the member has when they give their first feature presentation. It's like we have supported and the members have settled down, and there have been cases where members have joined and got new members because they have got confident in BNI from first month itself.
You know, I would like to ask something which has been inching me. Like, have you ever come across a member who were very skeptical about joining BNI and felt, I don't know, will it work for me or not? And yet, with the BNI experience and the way the life changes in BNI, these members are doing much, much wonderful. I have any case like that.
Our chapter where I'm member as United, there were a member who was not very confident in joining, and then later on he has performed as a president and he has taken up a lot of roles and all that stuff.
Hello, Sulakshana. So you are a quality assurance person, as I know in your profession. How would you agree with the statement, or I would say, how much you agree with the statement that MSP 2.0 is the key to success and assures that BNI have quality members?
Yes, Pankajji, within BNI MSP, Member Success Program is aptly named. because it really support members to smooth their journey within the BNI. And as a quality management person, I love when people follow processes, they follow the system, and that is where BNI comes in a picture. When I mean I like BNI because it has a structured program, it has certain processes and procedures, and if members will follow all of them, it's amazing journey for all of them. MSP, I would say, is like if you buy high performance shining vehicle like Maserati or Mercedes or Ferrari, and if you doesn't know the necessary features of the car, then you will not enjoy your rides. The same is the case with BNI, with MSP. If you know MSP, MSP is not just a tool. It's not just a program. It's a tool which helps you to perform in your business while maintaining your BNI journey.
You know, when you use the example of the cars, I have two instances where I was clueless how this car will run. You know, I've been driving for years now, but the very first instance was I was sitting in a car, which Aston Martin, right? And I was trying to find where the gear shift is. Believe me, there was no gear shift in Aston Martin. There is just a button on the dashboard which you press to change the gears, right? And I had no clue what to do. Just imagine the same way these days the cars which comes with no keys, right? There is a button, right? Look at the Tesla when I got. There is not even a button. You just sit there and shift to drive, and it drives. I had a chance to, rent a Ferrari when my son was getting married. And this guy came in and gave me complete demonstration on how to drive the Ferrari. Without that, I could not have enjoyed the drive of Ferrari even though I paid for it. And when you resonated these two things, like MSP is something which helps you understand how to enjoy the ride of BNI, how to get benefited from BNI. So, like, if you look at this MSP 2.0, how they have it structured, when a new member joins, the mentors are helping them understand the system, right? And for that, in the very first week, they have made some 8 videos. I think hardly total video time is 1 hour. And these 8 videos are talking about small elements. Like, so the video talks about how do you give your 30 seconds. So I was sitting with a gentleman and he said, Pankaj, don't I know how to give my 30 seconds about my business? I said, yes, you know, very well you know. But can you go through this video with me and understand the elements? Believe me, after seeing the video and seeing that document which tells you those 3 questions about where is my target audience, right? You know, what problems do they have? How do I solve their problems? And then ask for a specific referral. When he looked at the structure, he said, Pankaj, I would have really missed it. So at times you feel that you know it, but there's always a better structured way of doing it. And that's what MSP 2.0 does. It gives you the right structure to doing that. I'll share one more experience with you here. In the advanced skill workshops on 1-to-1, I was sitting with a fellow member of my own chapter who was member for over 3 years, which means he have heard me at least 150 times, right? Giving my 30 seconds. And I used to represent in financial industry. So I would say, guys, I represent SMC and we trade into arbitrage, we trade in bullions and forex. The gentleman asked me that day, Pankaj, I want to ask you, what is this forex? I said, I have been speaking this from last 3 years, ever since you are a member. You never asked me. And he said, Pankaj, today out here, we were doing an exercise together and it stuck to my mind that I don't know this word. Now just imagine the words which are like very obvious for us can be jargon to people. Every business has that. Every business has that, right? Do you really get to know it until you read it, until you understand, until you experience? Right? All these things doing one to one. So I'm sitting with you, meeting with you. Is that a one to one? Until I do it in a proper structured way to understand your business, understand your client, understand your need, understand you, right? It is not a one to one. And that's why, I was discussing with other members, other ambassadors of the chapter. We talked about power of one. We talked about in-depth thing. So in MSP 2.0, what do you think is the most important part of this program to ensure the best quality be developed among the new members to get the maximum benefit out of BNI?
When a new member join, for everybody, they doesn't have the structured referral, structured networking skill inherited in them. So if when they join BNI, when they do their MSP, they learn how to do it in a positive, structured and professional way. The referral networking helps them to build their business, their credibility, as well as the BNI journey itself. So, to become a leader uh, in your business as well as in BNI, it's very easy with MSP if you will follow and if you will understand the structure.
Wow. That's great. That's great. I want to ask one thing, Rajendra. What do you think? How much time should one take to complete the Member Success Program 2.0?
So Pankaj, as the program is scheduled for 8 weeks, but if you want to do it at one stretch, if you sit and try to finish it, it does not take more than 2.5, 3 hours.
Okay. So, do you agree or advocate to complete that in 2 or 3 hours?
So I would suggest to break it in pieces and learn it, so that you first learn first chapter and then you execute it and then do the second.
I love that part, what you said, that yes, you can complete it. Oh, job done. But believe me, that would not be more than ticking the checkbox. Until I learn, implement, and maybe fail, and then learn again, and implement again, and fail forward. I'm a thorough fan of John Maxwell. Learn, implement, fail, learn, implement, fail, learn, implement, fail. Only thing to remember is that you are falling forward. When you are failing forward, every time you fail, you are going ahead. And when you are going ahead, you are improving upon yourself. When I tried to do, I sat down with a gentleman who did his BNI MSP 2.0 in 2 days. I found a lot of gaps because they had not done those workshops. They had not done those exercises, right? And for the matter, I understand they have done MSP, but they have not learned it. The purpose, even when we grow up, believe me, when we grow up, I was surprised to say that we want to complete reading the book rather than understanding the book and implementing the learnings for our better growth. Isn't that something you would like to emphasize upon in your ambassador's journey? Right? So really, really ask them to go slow, right? Learn it, soak it, and then grow upon it, right? And anything else you would like to ask me, any questions you have on your mind in your new ambassador journey, especially Sulakshana, you have just a step into this role.
Uh, as an ambassador, how they will be involved in the chapter, how much they have to involved, and how to introduce them to the chapter, them as a role holder. So I mean, how to keep that space also and to support also to them.
That's wonderful. So, ambassador role is to focus on the first year members, right? So, what they do is they will understand whenever a new member is coming, who is mentoring them. They'll keep an eye on it. So, they coordinate through most of the time mentor coordinators until they need it as a SWAT team. They don't go down on the floor. But yes, they meet every new member. They tell them that we are here to care for you. They tell them that we are here. You need us, do connect with us, right? Keep an eye, ensure that every member is completing the MSP and completing in a way it should be completed, not by rushing it, right? It is a program, it's not an event. Then continuously monitoring their palms. Are they growing in BNI? Are they benefiting from that? And just that is the role of an ambassador. You are a brand ambassador of BNI who is ensuring that the journey of a new member and the message across is straight. We are here to help them grow in their businesses and personally. Thank you. Thank you very much, both of you, for your time today. Thank you. Thank you.